second time tonight, Armagh have committed a very cynical foul in a bid to save a goal.
Alan Smith was just dragged back there by Pierce O'Neill. It's like something you'd see on the rugby pitch, isn't it?
As in life and society, the sport of Gaelic football is governed by laws and rules. You play within them when you can, bend them if needed, hold them in contempt if you must. But unlike in society, as Sean Kavanagh found out, in Gaelic football the time does not match the crime. The bottom line is, it pays to foul. Any sport with room for an oxymoronic phrase such as a good foul, as Kavanagh certainly was, is going to allow the dark arts to thrive.
And McManus is hauled down. Well, that is deliberate.
And until the guilty are punished in a more tangible way, it will continue. Other sports have stamped this out through punitive penalties, ones that make you question the player's decision-making rather than the rules.
What are we going to do here? Penalty try. And you felt that was coming.
If I may present the evidence. In basketball, if a team exceeds a number of fouls in any period, the other team is awarded free throws for every further foul. Perhaps this could be applied to Gaelic football, with 21-yard frees awarded as damages. Perhaps teams would think twice about fouling. Rugby brought in the penalty try. Aussie rules replaced the 15-metre penalty with a 50-metre upgrade. Certain fouls in the NFL mean an attacking team's distance to goal is halved, while in soccer, the last defender fouling must always be shown a straight red card. Not all of these can be applied to Gaelic football, but to expunge the good foul, our sentencing must be equally harsh. Real deterrents are needed. There will be short-term pain, of course. The yellow card rule, which led to forced substitutions in 2009, and sin bin trials before that, were ruled out of order by the Court of Public Opinion, led by frustrated managers. Any drastic changes will garner similar victim impact statements, but the GAA must hold strong under duress for the benefit of the game. The black card may stem the tide, but cynics forecast a wave of rotational fouling to circumvent the rules. Rather than cures, we need preventions. Team fouls, sin bins, penalty kicks whenever the last defender fouls an attacker inside or outside the box. And that's just for starters. As it stands in Gaelic football, crime pays. Where is the justice in that?
Interesting insight there from Shane Stapleton. Well, Conor, we saw that famous now tackle involving yourself and Sean Kavanagh, and you very sportingly said that Sean Kavanagh did the right thing from his point of view. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, I suppose, Marty, from a team point of view, if it was somebody going through in your own defence and he wasn't stopped, you'd be disappointed. You'd be calling him out on it, you know. I suppose it is what it is. Insofar as Tyrone are in an All-Ireland semi-final now, and I don't think that worried about how they got there.
But would the punishment, if the punishment was better or greater, would that be a deterrent? Would that have prevented Sean or anybody else bringing you down in that fashion?
I suppose it probably would have. I suppose if Sean Kavanagh knew that he was going to get sent off and miss the last 20 minutes of the game, I don't think he would have done it. It would have cost Tyrone ultimately a place in the All-Ireland semi-final, you know. But as it is at the minute, Sean knew that he wasn't going to get a red card, and he knew he could take the foul, you know, and it was good for Tyrone obviously because they got through with it.
And Conor, in all the teams that you've played in, I mean, would there be an attitude, would there be an understanding that you do whatever it takes to get you across the line to win?
Yeah, well, I suppose it's win at all costs, I suppose, and that's the way it is. That's how sport has gone. And I suppose if someone was to give any of our men the option of being in an All-Ireland semi-final on Sunday, I think they'd all take it, tackle or no tackle.
John Evans, are players coached? Is that kind of prevalent now to do indeed what we've been saying there, what it takes to win?
Well, it's absolutely ludicrous to say that coaches train cynicism. They don't train cynicism. But look, I'll give you a simple example on that. I think after Dublin winning the All-Ireland 2 years ago, Declan Sullivan didn't walk the streets of Kerry, the laneways, the byways. He did nothing because, hey, why didn't he take McManaman down? I mean, anybody with a bit of red blood, hot blood in his veins would have said, why didn't he take him down? He played football, Kerry lost in All-Ireland. Look, as Conor has rightly said, you will do anything you can, but I think the big thing that's been missed here is that I'm looking at Graham Riley, Conor McManus, young McHugh here. Gee, these guys are travelling faster. They're turning the defence more. They're creating more space. So it's becoming very, very obvious now. Hey, there's nothing left. These guys are going to score. They're so dangerous. The game has got faster. You know, I just think that what managers will have to do is that they'll have to coach their team to be more tackled better. And I think James Horan brought in Donny Buckley into Mayo, and you'll see they're tackling more often, they're tackling better. And I think it was Martin Breheny who was wondering today in the paper how come they fouled more. It's just that they're tackling more than anybody else.
Well, we were talking about Donny Buckley in a moment, but Mark, I mean, the feeling is across the board that everybody is doing it, but if 'tis wrong, then surely it should be stopped.
Yeah, cynicism's in every single sport. As we watched the VT there, it's in every single sport. And I think what he rightly pointed out that we had to come up with an idea to stop it. You know, he was saying about the basketball, the free throws, red card. You know, the black card coming in next year, will it stop it? You know, I don't think it'll stop it at the end of the game. You know, as the end of the game's going through, you'll take a black card for it. You know, I think it has to come in. You know, it's a red card. You know,
well, you're in a great position. You're in a great position now because you're the link man. You've played both defence and as a forward. Do you think the black card is going to restrict you?
No, I think it'll help. It'll help runners because, you know, with this taking out the runners, right, is, you know, it'll hopefully stop that. But again, I don't know will it stop it coming towards the end of a match. You know, if you're wanting to come up towards the end of a match, you're going to take your black card.
You're going to take your black card and take
your.
You know,
as he said, you're going to bend the rules because you know, as he said, it's all about winning.
But Conor, should we do indeed what Shane was suggesting at least, or hinting at, taking the information from other sports and using it to our own games?
I think there's definitely some things we can definitely apply to Gaelic. Like for example, if you're going through, if there's Fernando Torres is going through in the Premiership game, he's taken down, it's a straight red card, you know. And I think that there has to be something done along those lines to fit the, as Shane says, to fit the crime.
Would you agree, Mark?
Yeah, definitely would agree. And I think, you know, the only way is red card for, you know, a pure cynical foul. You know, as he said there, as Connor's just pointed, I don't think Sean Cavanagh would have did it if he knew he was going to get sent off. He would have said, right, take the goal and hopefully we you know, won the game. But if he didn't get sent off, he taps over the point. They're down to 14 men. Long road ahead, like.
And John, I mean, would you see the red card as the solution? Do you think the black card is the solution?
I think the Eugene McGee and his committee have gone a good bit down the road in initiating the black card. I agree with that wholeheartedly. However, I think it's putting more work on a referee that's already overworked. And look, we were discussing before the programme, Marty, and you know, there's going to be guys feigning fouls and this type of thing, which is going to bring it. I don't think it's going to work at club level at all. I think it may work.
I think it's probably bringing in more pressure to referees, and it's giving them more things to think about and more things to deal with.
Yeah, as I was saying to these downstairs, it's club football. It's going to be, you know, really going to, you know, referees. They've enough on their plate without coming in and you know, thinking of substitutions and black cards. Who's a black card? Who's a yellow card? Red cards.
But if every manager worked his salt to know is going to have to get his team from 1 to 15, from 1 to 20. Going to have to tackle properly, number one. And the other thing, it's got that the managers are not going to be able to bring on subs as freely as they thought, because they could be without 2 or 3 guys running down the stretch the last 10 minutes.
And is there a moral responsibility, John, for both players and managers to set an example, not alone for the present generation, but indeed for the next?
Yeah, of course there is. There's a moral obligation, but I don't agree with what's gone on in the last 2 weeks as such, that last week. I don't think Gaelic football is that bad. The GA has been there a long time before us. There's good strategic rules put in place. If we're going to say it's widespread cynicism, it's not widespread. There's good, honest players out there.
I think the game's good at the minute. Like, you know, it's good. It's fast. You know, there's great footballers out there. And you know, I think they might be just changing it too much all at the one time. You know, and it's just they need to just settle down, look at the game, and say, you know, we're in a good spot at the minute. The GAA.
That's good advice by Mark, and he's a young lad that's playing it for, up and's got his All Ireland medal. Look, if we can come along and be a small bit calm about this, implement the black card step by step, and make players aware that you cannot do this and get away with it, I think it's gone down the right road.
Okay, well we'll hear more from our panel here tonight.